All right, guys, welcome back to the Sales AI Agent series where we build a Sales AI agent to help support SDRs and sales teams close more leads and generate more opportunities. In today's video, we're going to build a Sales AI agent using a tool called N8N. We're going to automatically process all new leads that come through HubSpot, get a quick summary about what they do using AI, and then update our contact record to include the details. So we have a couple goals for our Sales AI agent that we're going to be working on today. Number one, we're going to connect it to HubSpot. We're going to ensure that it gets all new leads automatically. We're going to extract the website domains from the email addresses. We're then going to analyze each website to determine what the company does. And lastly, we're going to update the HubSpot record to include this AI-generated summary. We have a couple important links as well. Number one, we're going to have the N8N platform here. This is the tool that we're going to be building it in. It is a workflow automation tool that makes life a whole lot easier for folks. We also have platform.openai.com. We're going to use OpenAI's API to analyze the websites and give us summaries. We're going to integrate into HubSpot. And last but not least, we have the developer console for HubSpot where we will need to build a little private app to use on N8N. All right. So first things first, we have here platform.openai. You're going to pull this up. Once you get into there, you're going to hit the gear icon. Then you're going to go to API keys. You're going to hit create new secret. You can name this API key whatever you'd like. You'll select the default project or you can create your own project on there. And lastly, for permissions, we're going to keep it on all for simplicity. All right. Then after that, an important part, make sure you go to billing and ensure that you have a credit balance available because we're going to need that to use the API. It won't work otherwise. Next up, we're going to go to HubSpot and create a quick little private app. And then we're going to go to the gear icon at the top here. Hit integrations on the left and then private apps. You're going to create a private app. You could once again name this whatever you see fit. The important part here is you're going to make sure you have these specific scopes set up. So in my existing app here, I'm just going to pull that up real quick. We have three main scopes that we need to make sure we have, which is CRM objects contacts read, CRM objects contacts write, CRM schemas contacts read. And the way you'll add these is you just hit add new scope and you can type out contacts.read and it will return those values and just hit the checkboxes. Once you've done that, you're going to go to the HubSpot developer console. So you're going to go to developers.hubspot.com. You're going to either create a developer account or you could go to my account if you have one existing, select the right account. So on the left side here, you're going to hit the box here that says apps. You're going to need to do two things here. Number one, you're going to need to click Get HubSpot API Key and create a new API key, which you'll save for the N8N integration. Then if you go back, you're going to hit Create App. And once you create your app, once again, you're going to give it any name you see fit. And you're going to need to give it a couple of different required scopes, which I will show you here on my existing app. So here you're going to have CRM objects.companies.read, CRM objects contacts.read, CRM objects deals read, CRM schemas companies read, CRM schemas contacts read, CRM schemas deals read, and finally OAuth. All right. At the top here, you're going to get a redirect URL. This redirect URL, you'll be able to grab it while you're creating your workflow in N8N. And finally, once you've created your private app, you're going to be able to grab the app ID, the client ID, and the client secret from the dashboard here. All right, once we've gathered all that up, it is time to build our workflow. So we're going to pull up N8N. We're going to go to our workflow section and hit Create Workflow. First things first, we're going to add our trigger. So there are many different trigger types here, but for this video, we're going to go through the on-app event. We're going to search up HubSpot, and we're going to say on contact created. All right, so this means it will trigger when a new contact is created in the platform. And I'll demonstrate that here in a second. So first things first, you're not going to have the credentials most likely set up. So you're going to see a screen that says create new credential. You're going to go into here. There's this redirect URL that you have to put back in the private app. And then you'll fill this out with all of the values that you just generated from the developer console. Once you've done that, make sure your events is contact created. And then we can do test step here. And now it is listening and waiting for a new contact to be created. So if I come back to my HubSpot here, I'm going to go to the contacts module. I'm going to do create contact. Call it Mars at 6610.com. And then we're going to do create. So now we have a brand new contact lead record here created. If I go back to my workflow, I will see that node executed successfully. So it right away picked up that a new contact record was created. However, it doesn't give us all the details of the contact. It gives us some identifiable information through IDs. So once this comes through and you see a successful output, you could go back to Canvas. You could do the plus sign here, and we'll once again do action in app. And, you know, guys, I usually feel like the best way to do this is to go through each step and test it very thoroughly. It just helps with debugging as workflows and systems grow. That's just the way I operate. Also, there's probably a million different ways to create this workflow. This is just one quick, easy way that is suitable for most folks, but feel free to customize it as you see fit. So back here, we're going to come back and click the Get a Contact. And within here, we're going to once again have a new set of credentials. These are the credentials that you've created in your regular HubSpot portal. This is used to connect your HubSpot instance to N8N. All right. Once again, you're going to hit Create New Credential. You're going to go to App Token and just drop in your app token that you grabbed from the HubSpot portal. All right. So we have here our resource contact. We're doing an operation of get, and we have contact to get. We don't have a list set up, so we're going to go by ID. We're going to go on the left side here. So this is the output from the trigger that we had previously. And we have here contact ID. So we can just drag and drop that right in here. And we can do test step. And you'll see now it's returned to me a successful contact record. This one now includes a lot more information and a lot more identifiable information that we actually use. So here I see the emails come through, and that means I've pulled the correct contact record. All right, now that we've done that, it's time for us to get some details about this contact record, right? What does this company do? So we're going to go ahead and press the plus sign. We're going to do core. We're going to hit HTTP request. Once we do that, if we come into the domain, we'll see we have a value that HubSpot returns to us under the HS email domain key property. So we could grab that here. And because this here is requesting a URL, we need to make sure we append to this or pre-append to this HTTPS : / to make this a valid URL. Otherwise, we will get an error when we try to run this, and I'll just demonstrate that here real quick. So invalid URL. If you ever get that URL error, that means you have to add in here HTTPS or HTTP, depending on what is actually available on the website. So we're going to go ahead here and hit test step. And what it's returned to us now is a snippet of the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS that is loaded up on the homepage. This looks like a lot of jargon and mumbo jumbo. We don't really care about it. We're going to let AI do the heavy lifting for us. So now that we've got the homepage HTML, we're going to go back to Canvas. We're going to hit plus sign here, and we're going to build an AI agent that goes through that website and generates for us details about what it does. So number one here, I'm going to go ahead and do define below. Review this website and give me a summary description about what they do in 5 sentences or less. Then here we're just going to grab the data element just so it knows what we're talking about. We're going to throw that in there. And there we've defined the prompt that we want our AI agent to follow. So we're going to have to pick a chat model as well. So earlier we've set up a OpenAI API key, so we'll use that chat model. Up here, once again, you will not have this set up most likely, so just create new credential. Throw in your API key details that you got from platform.openai.com. And then here, we're going to pick from the models. You could select whichever model you see most fit. For my purposes here, 4.0 mini is more than enough. At the current moment in time, 4.0 mini is the most cost-effective model. All right, we're going to go ahead here and do execute previous nodes to make sure we get a successful output. And just like that, we have an output that returned us text that is 5 sentences or less and includes a summary of what this client does. All right, now that we've gotten that and we have our AI agent set up, we're going to go ahead here, press the plus sign again, and do action in app. We're going to search HubSpot. And this time, we're going to do create or update a contact. So in here, once again, make sure you select your HubSpot app token account. Then HubSpot needs a way to identify which contact record you want updated. So go ahead here in the email field. You can grab from the JSON object that we got from HubSpot earlier, the value of the email. Once again, drag and drop. And in here now, you're going to select your property. So which field do you want to update? In my scenario, I've created a custom property called AI generated notes. So I'm going to go ahead here, select my property. Once I've done that, I now need to give it the value. So we're going to take our output from the AI agent. Once again, drag and drop that in here. Do test step. And it says successful. So now if I go back to my contact record, if I search here, AI generated notes, it looks empty. If I refresh here, and now I have a summary of what the organization that the lead works for does. All right. This can be super helpful for writing personalized emails or other personalized outreach, prospecting, ensuring that the lead is a right fit, so on and so forth. There's a ton of different examples. And that right there, guys, is our workflow for the most part. You could come up to here and just, call it whatever you'd like. HubSpot lead enrichment, I'm going to call that. And now you have a running workflow that you can activate. And on every single new contact created in HubSpot, you can automatically update the contact record to be complete and provide you with the important information to do the outreach. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for our next Sales AI Agent video. Good luck.